Hi, friends. This is Wendy Harrop, and welcome to the Say Yes to Yourself podcast. Saying yes to yourself is not about being selfish and more about self-preservation, self-care, self-compassion. It is not a middle finger to everyone else, but a warm embrace, starting with you. It isn't reactionary, but a response to your current circumstance. Sometimes it's the gateway to rapid transformation, but most often it is a graceful unfolding, an intentional becoming of the very best version of yourself. It's not that you don't care what other people think. It's that you're undaunted, untriggered, and unavailable to allow it to sway what your heart in alignment is saying. Your heart, your intuition, your vibe, discernment of the Holy Spirit, your highest and best, all of it means the same thing. So choose the semantics that brings you peace and do the thing that it's telling you to do. It's a practice. It's like any muscle that needs exercise. It's awkward until it's elegant. On the Say Yes to Yourself podcast, you'll hear stories from women just like us who are adding this practice to their daily lives in big and small ways, and as a result, are experiencing the truth that everybody wins when you say yes to yourself. So those are all the things that I wrote down when I'm thinking about this podcast and what it means and what my experience has been. I have not always said yes to myself. I made myself available for everybody else. I actually love saying yes. It's one of my favorite words. I would say that giving is how I receive. And it wasn't until a couple of years ago where when I was challenged to approach a few situations differently, I knew that what I felt in my heart really wasn't what I wanted to do, but I felt obligated to do what was being asked of me. It was heavy, it was hard, it was undesirable, it was not delighting me. And so that is really where that mantra of I'm only available for what delights me came from. And it was practicing identifying what actually sounded more fun than the other thing, and then choosing the more fun, finding out what that did for me, for my perspective, for my attitude, for what I brought to that task, whether it was going to France and drinking champagne, or whether it was cleaning out the chicken coop because it's that time again. The same level of delight, the same level of this is the right thing for me to do in this moment because it supports my goals. It supports what brings me joy. It supports what delights me. So it's really not the task itself, but the overarching principle of doing the thing I need to do next that is in the direction of where I want to go. That shift really just, it set off so many things, like so many things that have been put in motion since I've made that decision. And not all of them have been easy. Not all of them have been anticipated. Not all of them have been comfortable or familiar, but all of them have been in alignment. And that is the thing that drives me. That is the feeling, the sense that I am at one with my creator, that I am listening to the guidance that and the wisdom that is available to me from God. And I feel safe in taking those steps. I feel safe in trusting myself. I feel safe in trusting the universe. I feel safe in the knowledge that I'm seen and heard and loved and known. And I actually don't have to fear a future that I haven't seen yet. I really can trust, I can surrender that all of this is working for my good, that all of these circumstances are not happening to me, they're happening for me. When I made this shift, when I became aware of this opportunity that I have, the gift that it is to say yes to myself, I started recognizing other people doing that in so many ways, in really big ways. In fact, I've already interviewed some women that have made major life shifts as a result of saying yes to themselves, of trusting their intuition, of trusting their hearts, of trusting their vibes, of trusting that the Holy Spirit, what's in us, and whatever you want to call it, please call it that, and please respond to what it's telling you to do. So these women that I've been talking to, like I said, they're doing it in big ways and they're doing it in small ways. I have one friend that was encouraged by her coach to just find out how she likes her own eggs. And that was a metaphor for what does she want to do in this moment? Do I want to open the door with my right arm or my left arm? I mean, sometimes those are the only decisions that we're capable of making in a moment. But if we get into the practice of listening to ourselves, of trusting ourselves, of checking in, how am I feeling in this moment? Does this feel good in my body? Or is there a dis-ease? Is there something that's not in alignment? Is it okay to not say yes to everything that's asked of me? Yes, that is okay. And I'm hoping that in these conversations that we're all able to pull out a nugget that will inspire us and empower us to live our highest and best lives in service to the people that have been put in our proximity for a reason. I am so excited to go on this journey with you, and I could not be more honored that this is the next season of my life. I'm really eager to share it with you, and I can't wait to see where we go.